Hey everyone, Mr. Montgomery again. Today we are on page 199. So if you're not on this page yet, pause the video, hit that space bar, make sure you get on that page in your Robot and Turtle books. Alright, but if you're already on it and the video is still playing, well, we're going to keep rolling. So today guys, we're just reviewing for our test tomorrow. So we're just going to go over everything we've learned in Unit 4 and make sure that we know it very well. So I erased all those dotted lines that they always put here. That always irritates me because I like for us to have that little practice problem together before I let you retry one on your own. So remember when we have a number line, the first number in our number sentence, right, is going to be our start number on the number line, right? So I'm just going to write the word start so we don't forget. And then we put a dot on 10. And then our second number is our jump number. That these two things never change. Even when we have addition problems, we always have our start number first and then our jump number second. The only difference is when we have this subtraction sign, it means we jump backwards all the way towards that 0. That's the direction we want to go. So we start on 10 and we're going to jump 6 times. So we jump backwards 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I stop. I land on 4. And that's how they got 4 as their answer. Now, I'm not going to go over this bottom part because it might just confuse you guys. Don't worry about it. As long as you can use your number line properly, you'll be in good shape. So let's go ahead and... Oh, we have 2 over here. Awesome. Do number 1 on your own. Well, then we'll go over it. And then you're going to do number 2 completely on your own. And I will not give you the answer. So go ahead, do number 1 first. 9 minus 6, and use the number line if you need to. Alright, if you need more time, pause the video. If not, let's go over it. So let's see, our start number, the first number is 9, right? So I'm going to put a dot on 9. And then we have our jump number second. And it's a 6. And because we see this minus sign, that means we're jumping that direction. So let's jump 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 9 minus 6 is 3. Alright, I know you guys are probably thinking, Mr. Montgomery, this is so easy, we know this. And I know. I'm letting you guys do the next one completely on your own. Go ahead, do number 2 completely on your own. 10 minus 5. Alright, if you need more time, as always, pause the video. I feel like you guys went through this one probably very fast. So, let's move on to our next section. Alright, so we're all done set A. We're going to move on to set B, which is on page 200. Alright, here is page 200. Whoop, right there, 200. Now, guys, I know it's been a while since we've done the 10 frame ones, and there's a lot of extra steps, if you remember. I'm not going to ever make you do these extra steps. If your teacher wants you to know those extra steps, that is up to them. But if you're with me in my classroom, I will never make you guys do those extra steps. It is craziness. Absolute craziness. And even over here for number 3, I'm going to scribble out this middle one and that bottom one. Okay. And then for number 4, I'm also going to scribble out that middle one and this bottom one here. These are extra steps, and there's no need for any of that. There really isn't. So just remember, when we have 10 frames set up, you may, on your test, you may have them completely blank where you get the choice of filling them in and then crossing them out. Or you might have one that's already filled in, and you would just have to cross them out. So remember, when we have them filled in like this, 15 minus 6, right? we have 15 red dots. The red dots is our big number. So right here, 15. Boom. They did it for us. When we have -6, that just means we cross out 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right? And then, after you're done crossing out the number you're taking away, you just count how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 15 minus 6 is 9. All right? Now go ahead and try number 3 on your own. You guys should be able to get this done pretty fast because I'm not having you do all this craziness below. All right? So go ahead and do number 3. All right. If you're still working on number 3, pause the video. If not, meaning you're all done, well, let's go over it real quick. Just make sure you guys are taking the correct steps. So 16 minus 7, that means we have 16 red dots already. We like this because some work is done for us already. I like that. And then we have -7. So that means we're taking away 7, right? So we're going to start at the bottom and work our way backwards as we cross out. And every time we cross one out, we count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I counted up 7, and I see that I crossed out 7 circles. Now I just count to see how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 again. That's it. Okay, guys. Now, this time I will not give you the answer afterwards. Do number 4 completely on your own. 13 minus 6. Alright, guys. If you need more time, pause the video, take your time with it. But the rest of us are going to move on to set C. So if you're all done, we're going on to set C here. And right here, we're going to be talking about fact families. I'm sure you guys all remember this. I hate when they... I'm sorry. I really dislike when they flip-flop these problems like this. It drives me insane. So let's go ahead and I'm going to rewrite this. You don't have to rewrite it, but I sure am. Because I just think that is bonkers that they do that to you guys. You're only 6, for crying out loud. You're not in middle school. So anyway, 14 equals 6 plus 8. That's the same thing as saying 6 plus 8 equals 14. It's the exact same thing. All they did was put the 14 on their side. That's it. And then when we are going to make a fact family, oh, let's go back and look at these dots real quick. So they got the 6 from these red dots. There's 6 there. And they got the 8 from these yellow dots. There are 8 yellow dots there. So now we know that our fact family numbers are 14, 6, and 8. That's our fact family numbers. So they already gave us 6 plus 8 equals 14. But what's another way we can make this addition sentence? Well, we can flip-flop the 6 and the 8, right? We crisscross them. And they feel like taking a nap at each other's houses, right? Or, I don't know, something weird. So you just flip-flop the 6 and the 8, and they will, of course, give you the same number. Because even though they're in different places, they still have the same amount of dots, right? And this problem over here is just like saying 14 minus 8 equals 6. It's the exact same thing, except they just put the 6 on the other side. So another way we could write this is, remember, we keep this big number in the same spot, because when we subtract, the big number must go first. The only thing we are switching are the parts, not the total. So it means that 14 stays still, and you keep the minus, and then the 6 and the 8 crisscross again. That's it. So instead, you have the 6 here, and then the 8 goes after the equal sign. So remember, I'm going to say this one more time very, very carefully. When we have fact families, for the addition part, the big number, this total at the top is always after the equal sign. It doesn't change. You're only changing the small parts. See, the 14 and this 14, they're in the same spot. And then similar with subtraction. The big number must go first. I feel like a broken record, but we can't change that. The big number has to stay first. See, when we wrote both of them, that 14 did not change spots. Only the little parts did. Okay? Now go ahead and try number 5 on your own. But just to give you guys a little bit of a hand, I'm going to give you the numbers that go with these dots. So for the red, we have 8. And then for the yellow, we have 7. Now go ahead and make a fact family with 15, 8, and 7. Okay, if you're still working on this fact family, no worries. Pause the video, take your time. Now, since there's only one, I'll tell you what, I'll go through one addition and one subtraction. And the other two, I'm going to check them after you turn in your robot turtle books to me. Okay, so one addition fact, part of your fact family, right? The 15 has to go last. And then I can put the 8 first and the 7 second. So 8 plus 7 equals 15. And then one way I can write a subtraction problem is, of course, that 15 has to go first because it's the biggest. When we subtract, the biggest number must go first. And then I can put the 8 next and then the 7. And then if you guys remember, I don't know if it helped you or not, when I made the little triangle, it's kind of like the 15 is at the top of a triangle here. Then you have an 8 and then a 7. So all you got to do is go around the triangle both directions, and that will kind of switch the parts up for you in case you're having trouble remembering. Alright? But I don't want to give away too many more hints in case I may actually give you guys answers for these other two, because I want to check, make sure that we're on the right track and that you're doing your own work and you're not just watching video copying stuff. Alright? So let's go on to our last page that we're going to do together, which is page 201. Alright, here's page 201. And we're going to do set D right here. And this is that lesson that we learned where we can use addition to help us subtract. Because we know that addition and subtraction are related because they can be part of the same fact family, right? So if they're part of the same fact family, you can think of any subtraction problem like addition, and whatever that missing part is, you can just put that in as your answer. That's it. And of course, I will go over something a little different in case, because I did show you guys a couple different ways you can do that without having to use drawing a picture. But of course, I will go over drawing the picture first. So if we have 7 plus some number equals 15, well, we know we have 7 over here, right? So we count on as we draw. After 7, we have 8. After 8, we have 9, and then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now, since I counted to 15, I stop, and I don't draw anymore. All I do is count how many I drew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I have 8. Now, I did show you guys one other trick you can use to solve a problem like this. Now, if you happen to have a number line with you, you can use a number line to help you solve these kinds of problems as well. I don't want you guys feeling like you absolutely must draw a picture if there's another way that is easier for you. I'm here to help you guys figure things out. I'm not going to say you must use this one way and then that's it. No. That's not me. And any teacher that tells you to do that, I'm going to say it might be a little crazy. Okay? Because not everyone thinks the same way. And that's okay. We don't all have to think the same way. So, if we, hold on. Let's say we didn't have this, right? We're going to pretend we didn't do all this work real quick. And we're going to say, you know what? We have our start number. And we have our end number, right? And all we're missing are the jumps. I'm missing my jump number. And that's okay. So what I can do if I have a number line is put a dot on 7, right? Put a dot on 15. Or if you don't have a number line you can draw on, you can put one finger on each number. Then, after you have a finger on each number, you just only move one. So say if I want to move the 7 only, I'm going to keep my finger on the 15 then. And I just move this one finger and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now how many jumps did I just count? Well, I counted 8 jumps. And that was the same number we had before. So if using a number line is easier for you, then please use that number line. Do not feel forced to use this drawing and counting on if it just feels too weird. It's okay if it feels too weird and you don't like it. That's why we have number lines on everyone's desk and on the wall and on the screen right here. Okay, so I just want to make sure I went over both of those before I let you guys try number 6. So just remember, if you want to use the number line, we have our start already, our start number, and then we have our end number. But you can, of course, use the drawing and counting on if that works for you as well. I'm going to leave this number line on the screen for you in case you need to use it. But I would love for everyone to try number 6. Go ahead, try that on your own. Alright, if you're still working on number 6, pause the video, take your time. When you're all set, hit play. Because I'm not going to go over it since there's only one, and I want to make sure that everyone is trying this and you're doing your own work. Okay, so let's go over to set E. Now the cool thing about set E is we can use any strategy. This is what they want us to do, use any strategy we want to solve. And I'm going to make sure this number line stays up top. I'm even going to make it a little bit longer here. Just change the colors. Okay, and then we add 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so if you need a number line, oh, I got to extend over here too. 16 and 17. All right, so just in case you don't have a number line with you, you don't really need one because there's one on the screen. How cool is that, right? Technology. Where would we be without it? So go ahead and try number 7 using any strategy you want. If you have a 10 frame, or you can make a 10 frame picture if you want, that's cool. You can draw one down here if you want to. You don't have to. Or you can use the number line or counting on, whatever works for you. So go ahead and try number 7, which is 12 minus 4. Okay, I feel like everyone's probably done 12 minus 4 already, which was number 7. So we'll go over it together, and I'll do a couple different ways to make sure I show you whichever way you used. All right, so hopefully one of the 2 ways I'm going to show you how we can solve this. Hopefully it's one of the ways you used, just to help give you some reassurance here, give you some confidence. So 12 minus 4, if we want to use the 10 frame, well, I have a 10 frame right here, and I have 12 red circles, and I just need to take away 4. When I do that, I just cross them out. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I see that I have 8 left. So I can say that 12 minus 4 is 8, of course. If I want to use a number line, it's 12 minus 4, right? So I put a dot on 12, and I make 4 jumps, going backwards, because we're subtracting. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Stop. I landed on 8. Either way, we get 8 for our answer. Now go ahead and try number 8, which is 17 minus 8. Go ahead and try that one on your own. All right. So that's the end of our review, guys. We are going to have our test tomorrow. So for your independent work, after you put your name on top of your workbook pages and put it on the back table, you can go play Ping Cat games and go on the Build a Snowman game, okay? Because that will review every single thing we've done. We'll go through addition, subtraction, all that cool stuff, all right? So go ahead and enjoy playing that game, relax a little bit, get some extra practice in. Hopefully this review helped. I hope that, subtraction was kind of fun for you guys, especially the fact families part. If you have any questions, please make sure you just let me know. All right? So have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.